COVID has given us a great opportunity. COVID is increasing our time, whether you realize it or not. If you know what you want, COVID is increasing our time. Steve Jobs was successful because he never allowed himself to be held captive by any reality. That is the kind of power that you have, business owner, Biashara Club member. You have power to become anything that you want. Do not allow the external circumstances to control you. Pay attention to them and find a way to do what you need to do despite them, because that is the power that you have. So imagine realities. We have been pushed into the low touch economy. Instead of wishing for the high touch to come back, you should be focusing your energies on understanding, how does the low touch work? What do I need? And I'm not going to get into that because there's enough information on that on Google. And I know there's a lot of consultants who have told you that and given you beautiful diagrams. So I will not get into that. You know we're in a low touch economy. Get the tools that you need. Don't always show up on your phone. The phone is great, but you need a laptop so that you can have your office anywhere and everywhere you go. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop getting people to envy, to pity you. You're supposed to be envied. You stopped working for somebody else to be your own boss. Remember when we had bosses? Bosses called the shots. So as founders, we should call the shots or come to a place that we do. So that is the emerging reality I have for you, number one. We are in the low-touch economy. Low-touch economy is expanding your time. Don't jump into every webinar that you come across. Jump into webinars that are aligned with what you want to achieve, all right? You can get the recordings of the webinars and watch them once a week with your team at another time. So don't kill your 24 hours doing professional development. Find out who are the consultants you want to follow and why you want to follow them, and then figure out when do they have webinars, sign up for them, put them somewhere, watch them once a week. Number two, and I'd like you to answer this question in the chat for me. Why is running business so hard? If you can answer there, you can put there, why is running business so hard? And I'm going to share with you 2 reasons that I've discovered that makes running business very hard. Lack of definition. Definition number 1, we have not defined how much the business needs to make. Business exists to provide a solution and make money, and not just get back the money it put in, make money with a profit. Until you define how much you want to make, you will not make it. Until you define how much you need to be paid, you will not be paid. Nobody works for free except business owners, and I exist to change that in the name of Jesus. You will pardon me when I call Jesus because I'm a pastor. I do that sometimes, not to offend anyone. That is my Lord. So number 1, lack of definition. So define what your business is about, how much money it's going to make, how much money it's going to pay you. Number 2, lack of understanding. Lack of understanding that a business is supposed to solve a problem and pay me. Okay, as simple as that. That is why business is hard. So we say there's a challenge. You have children. Anybody has children? Let me see why in the chat if you have children. I have 3 and a granddaughter. All right. If you have children, let me see there so I can make sure I'm talking to the right crowd. All right. You have children. So you have children. And when you have children, let me go here. When you have children, when your child needs to go to school, you figure out how that will happen. People are going back to school right now. You don't sit at home and say, I have a challenge. No, you get up and go do it. So also with business, the things that are not working, just like when your child doesn't have school fees, you go and find appropriate help. Ask your uncle, ask the bank, ask your chairman. Why is it that when it comes to business, we don't ask for help? We sit pretty like we know everything. Alrighty, so that is the reason why business is hard. Lack of definition and lack of understanding. And the good news is those 2 things can be corrected. You can define what your business is and what you want it to do for you, and then you can make it happen. That is what successful people do. Average people always talk about what is not working. Do you want to stay average or do you want to be successful? They're just 2 kinds of people. Every coin has the head or the tail. The tail is always talking about things that are not working. The head is always working, looking for the solution, all right? To be able to help you to navigate the business environment and with all the consulting voices, I'm going to submit to you cycles, fixes, and models. There are 5 cycles according to Passion Profit, all right? So every philosopher has their thing, so you can choose. But according to Passion Profit, in the 20 years that I've worked with business owners, in the 10 I have worked in Kenya, these are the cycles I've noticed. So right now we are in the low touch economy, no matter the cycle of your business, and I'm going to share the cycle. So the first thing you must understand that the model right now requires least possible human contact. So if you long to be with people, get comfortable with Zoom, get comfortable with wearing your mask and going out there, all right? So during sales and service processes, so if you're still waiting for your salespeople to go out and exchange business cards, you're living in the Stone Age. You must have a digital system, and digital is not posting things on social media. Digital is having a process, a strategy to ensure that what you post on social media generates a lead. A lead is somebody that will give you a name, that will give you their phone number or their email, so you continue speaking with them. And find the right help. Posting on social, finding a young person who has finished school to post on social media for you is good, but finding a professional to ensure that you're generating a lead is better. Number 3, provide definitive justification for changing the focus of investments to digital actions. Right now, as Passion Profit, we have digitized our operations. When we send you an email and you sign up for our event, you get another email, you're able to pay online. So the cycles, the first cycle is conception. When you're starting your business, the conception stage you have started. When you are envisioning, how will the world be better because I exist? That is conceptioning. At that time, you create a vision. And you must have a vision because it is the vision that makes a difference during pandemic and otherwise. It is the vision of us supporting SMEs to grow and succeed that has kept us relevant during political crisis, during the pandemic, because it's the same people that we want to grow and succeed, whether there's a political crisis or whether there's none. And maybe you're saying, Frida, you're being so harsh. I'm in hospitality. I don't know this and the other. Do you know what? If you are beyond conception, because I know you're in Biashara Club, you have a Biashara, so you're either in infancy or expansion. So if you had started and you had customers, the only thing that changed is that the service you are giving them has changed, but those people still exist. You have a duty to find out what other things do they need. You can do a survey, very easy, on your computer, drop a link to them, find out where they are, how is COVID treating them, what are their needs today. The second stage is the infancy. Now, this is the one people miss all the time. Because you have come from working for somebody and their processes and systems, you think that your company is going to be processed and systemized overnight. There's going to be a lot of chaos. Just like in infancy, when you have a little child, you don't sleep at night, you don't know the temperature, I don't know what. In the infancy stage, there is chaos and it's okay. I'm going to say that again. In the infancy stage, there is chaos and it's okay. So you need to understand the people around you. Business is not about perfection. Business is about progress. Be careful the voices that you listen, understand your season, know what happens in every season. During conception, it's time for envisioning and creating the mission. Find out what is happening externally. How will what you're doing make a difference in what is happening?